The Santa hat will no longer cast shadows on your Sims eyeballs. What the f? Oh, that's so weird. Hey guys, what's up? It's Pixelade here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 news and info video. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. I have just been crazy with the Rags to Riches LP. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves my little storytelling. I've been adding tons of little details into it, and it's just been doing so well, and I'm just so happy about that. So thank you guys for the love. But today is something different. Today is Patch Day. Happy Patch Day, everyone. Guess what? This means that a new expansion pack is coming out. It is the Tuesday following the official release for The Sims 4 Get Famous, coming out this Friday. That's November the 16th. So the patch is now live, but I do want to let you guys know before you start updating your games, before you start downloading the new update, remove your mods folder from your Sims 4 directory. If you do not know how to get there, go to your computer, click on your user profile, click Documents, Electronic Arts, The Sims 4, and inside of that folder will be your mods folder. Drag that away from your directory. I usually like to stick mine on my desktop. You will have to update pretty much every single script mod that you have. Most of your create a sim custom content should be fine, but I would remove it anyway just in case and put things in one by one after the update to see what's broken and what's not broken, what needs updating and what doesn't need updating. But for the most part, if you have script mods, they will most likely break from this, so you will have to update them. So if you have MC Command Center, you'll have to update that. If you're naughty and have wicked whims, you'll need to update that. But of course, these updates for the mods aren't going to be live right away. The mod creators have to go in and make changes to their mods. So it's going to be a rough week for a lot of people. A lot of mods probably aren't going to get updated today, but they will over the next couple of days and throughout the next couple of weeks as well. This one is big, guys. This video is probably going to be pretty long, but I'm going to jump right on into it here. So this is update 1.47 for November the 13th. Get ready, Simmers. While my introduction here may be brief, you'll find this update to be quite hefty. We've got a ton of fun, free new additions to all owners of The Sims 4, along with plenty of tweaks, fixes, and updates for your game. Read on. So new and improved features. We have terrain tools. Terrain tools. Say it again. Terrain tools again. Terrain tools. They're here. You can now build hills or dig ditches on your lot to your heart's content. Your creative capabilities just received a massive boost, so get building. In build mode, simply navigate to where terrain paints previously existed and click the shovel to get started. Need additional guidance? A new build mode lesson on terrain manipulation is available in-game to help explain the new tools step by step. Foundation updates. Previously, every building on a lot had to share the same foundation height. With today's update, buildings that aren't connected to each other can now have different foundation heights, or some may have no foundation at all. We've also updated how you adjust the height your building's foundation. Simply select any room and grab the new widget that appears in the center. By dragging it up or down, you'll find that it is not only easier to use, but it'll allow you to create buildings that soar to previously unattainable heights, or structures that are sunk down into the ground. That sounds really cool too. Additional basement levels. Were 2 basement levels too few? We're in luck. We've added 2 more. You can now build basements underneath your lot 4 levels deep. Wow, I was not expecting that, but that is just absolutely awesome. So if you want to create a super dungeon in your Sims house where you create a basement, then another basement, then another basement, then another basement, you can definitely do that. Additional half wall heights. We've added 2 more half wall heights. There's the tall half wall, medium half wall, and the tall half wall, tall wall. Say that 3 times fast. What it really means is that if you're creating a building that uses medium or tall walls, these new half walls will be perfect if you want walls that stop just short of the ceiling. And they added, getting philosophical for a moment, can these truly be called half walls? Maybe we should call them partial walls. First person camera. Ever wondered how your Sims view the world? Now you can play the Sims through their own eyes. It's something you truly have to see to believe. The controls listed here provide everything you need to get started. So shift and tab is how you enter/exit first person camera mode. Left arrow and right arrow change which Sim you're currently controlling while in first person camera. For those with the Sims 4 cats and dogs, you can even look through the eyes of your pets. Yes, it's true. If you have a cat, dog, fox, or raccoon, you can view the world from their eyes. With the left mouse button, you can interact with the world. With the right mouse button, you can select the other side of doorways, walls, and floors. Allows traversal between rooms or across different floors. Now, if you hold the shift key down, you can control the mouse cursor while in first person mode, meaning you can click on your Simology panel, you can click on your needs, you can hover over moodlets, stuff like that. And you can also move your mouse around and view the world separate from where your Sim is currently looking. I do really like that. Plus, it allows you to click on other interactions and stuff. The control key will snap the camera back to where your Sim is looking, and the mouse wheel will adjust the field of view settings. Useful if you experience motion sickness. So if you want like a very, very wide angle, you can zoom out or you can zoom in, of course. Next is the new career, Style Influencer. This is a new free career that is coming with the update. You do not need Get Famous for this. Terrain tools, a first-person camera, and a new career. You're one lucky Simmer. Starting today, you can live your fashionable Sims' best possible life in the new Style Influencer career. You'll start off small by observing fads and reporting on the latest trends, but it won't be long before you're defining new looks that are worn by Sims all around town, or giving makeovers to help other Sims look on fleek. Oh my god, why'd they put that in there? I want to cringe. In addition, 2 brand new objects will help you progress through this career. We have a new sketch pad. The sketch pad is perfect for the artist on the go. Not only can you draw quick sketches when inspiration strikes, but it acts as a pocket canvas for painters. It's the simplest way to go out into the world and create beautiful masterpieces that can be printed and hung on the wall. Sims with level 2 painting skill can use the sketch pad to create a wide variety of new art. You'll find it under the illustrative painting interaction on the sketchpad. Ooh, I'm gonna use that for Penelope and my Rex the Riches challenge because she is an aspiring artist. There's also a new style board. The style board is your Sims' collage of inspirational material. A collection of sketches, photos, patterns, and material comes to life as your Sim is influenced by the world around them. As your Sim refines their own personal style, the style board can be updated to reflect the current looks you're working to create. I love that. That's awesome. So there's new clothing and objects to be expected. We couldn't simply release a style influencer career without offering some sleek new clothing and accessories to dress your Sims in. You'll find the following new pieces available in Create a Sim. We have 2 jackets, one for women, one for men, 2 jeans, one adorned with rhinestones and one that's acid washed, 2 necklaces, one gold chain and one bedazzled collar, 1 gold chain bracelet, 1 pair of fingerless gloves, 1 fiddler hat, and 1 pair of women's heels. Some of these pieces require progressing in the style influencer career before they unlock. And while we're being so fashion forward, we also added a brand new dresser to store these clothes in and a new wall mirror to admire your trendy outfits in. There's also a positivity challenge. Millie Bobby Brown has arrived in the Sims world to challenge your Sims to complete the positivity challenge. This limited time event is active right now, but won't be around forever. You have until December 4th, 2018 to participate. Simply use your Sims phone to call the event coordinator, surprise, it's Millie Bobby Brown, and she'll provide everything you need to start making your Sims neighborhood a better place for everyone. By issuing a positivity challenge, you'll unlock a brand new aspiration for your Sim. Various rewards are up for grabs with each tier of the aspiration you complete, culminating in a powerful new kindness ambassador trait bestowed by Millie Bobby Brown herself. Now get out there and perform some good deeds. Now you can name your own career. Has your Sim ever experienced the awkward situation of having to say they're unemployed when in reality they're leading a financially successful lifestyle? Perhaps they run their own retail store, or maybe they're the proprietor of a grueling painting factory, selling mass-produced artwork for maximum profit. Let's be honest, we've all been there before. before. Now you can name and describe their job title so that each and every Sims' money-making scheme will get the recognition it deserves. Simply use your Sim's phone to register with the Ministry of Labor and type in whatever suits you. First-time users experience. We've added something that we call a first-time user experience to the game. It's a fancy way of saying we created a completely new tutorial for new players. If you're reading these patch notes, this feature probably isn't for you. That said, if you like to experience the dulcet tones of actress and comedian Jessica Williams explaining how to play The Sims 4, then we invite you to give it a try. Gallery profile updates. We've made some changes to the layout of user profiles on the gallery. Each player's profile now has 4 large images that circle through the content they've uploaded. Content from other players that you've favorited no longer appears in your own profile feed. Finding content from other players that you've favorited can be done by going to your profile page, clicking on View Catalog, and then changing the View Content By filter to My Favorites. Whim updates. There's a new Show Whims option in the Gameplay Options menu that allows you to enable or disable whims at your whim. I like that. Simology panel updates. To help manage all of the information stored within the Simology panel, individual sections of this panel are now collapsible and expandable. This allows you to curate the information on display to only show what's currently important to you. Relationship panel updates. The relationship panel has a new filter that allows you to see just your coworkers. That's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, guys, this section is huge. Fixes and updates for The Sims 4. Oh my god, this one's gonna take me a minute. I knew this video was gonna take me a ton of time to film. That's why I was like, I need to be ready. I need to be sitting down. I need to have my coffee, my snacks, and everything before I start this. So let's jump in. The default sort for the gallery was changed back to newest due to popular demand. Placing wallpaper on floor tiles in build mode will no longer cause the frame rate to drop. Thank you, Sims team. Fixed frame rate drops that would occur when converting a wall into a fence if that wall was attached to a roof. Using the basement tool will no longer interfere with placing floor tiles on the surface of a lot. If a rounded deck piece has been rotated, attempting to delete the deck piece will no longer trigger an error, and bulldozing a lot with them will no longer cause the game to hang. A number of exceptions which were occurring in build mode have been cleaned up. Sims will be more discerning over who they decide is worth mourning when an NPC Sim passes away. Gardening plants will need to be watered and weeded on a regular schedule once again. Directing a Sim to water plants in a garden will no longer cause the Sim to fixate on watering the same plants over and over again, but instead will share the H2O with every plant that's in need. Birds of Paradise plants that are acquired from rare seed packets will now successfully blossom. It seems our Sims went through a phase of being introverted. Please excuse them. They're resumed socializing in cafes, bars, and lounge venues. The game will no longer occasionally accidentally think that a Sim is in the middle of aging up, which had previously prevented players from traveling or saving during this time. That said, you still intentionally can't travel or save when a Sim really is aging up. Happy birthday! Toddlers using the bedtime story interaction while sitting on a bed will no longer cause routing issues or clipping with the selected adult Sim. You may now hire a caterer during a social event by clicking on a refrigerator or stove, even if you choose not to hire a caterer while setting up the event. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I love that. Glass windows will once again be rendered properly on low graphics settings. Playing with custom content should no longer cause icons in the Create a Sim catalog to occasionally appear sideways. Your Sims' neighbors' toddlers were occasionally being imbued with a desire to go fishing. This was causing the toddler's caregiver to appear and let themselves into your home uninvited. Don't ask how the two are connected. Just know that toddlers won't want to go fishing anymore, which in turn keeps these uninvited strangers out of your home. Two Sims woohooing on a bed that another Sim has claimed will no longer cause that other Sim to no longer claim the bed for sleeping. Okay, but seriously, this is just rude. We live in a society, people. people. I'm dead. The Tea Magic personal brewer was brewing worse and worse quality tea over time, until it could only produce poor tea. Not only did we fix that, but we discovered and fixed an underlying issue that was preventing Sims from ever brewing excellent quality tea. Enjoy your delicious tea. Toddlers' portraits will no longer be grayed out and said to be at daycare after an adult returns home. I've had that issue quite a bit in my Seasons LP, oh my god. Children can once again use their cell phone to take a photo of other Sims of different ages, and Sims of other ages can once again include children in their cell phone photos. Screenshots for Mac users will no longer be upside down. Oh, we've been waiting for this for such a long time. Thank you, Sims team, for finally fixing that. Remove the odd green tint in the outdoor lighting of 2 lots in Willow Creek. We'll just go ahead and blame that one on aliens. Yeah, just blame everything on aliens, why don't ya? The match hair option in Create a Sim will now correctly match eyebrows to the Sim's hair color for children and toddlers. Tuna casseroles no longer have 2 party serving sizes, and vegetable casseroles can now be cooked in a family serving size. The career hours of other Sims in your relationship panel will no longer disappear after your Sim travels. Eating semi-firm beet noodles will no longer make vegetarian Sims sad. On a personal note, eating semi-firm beet noodles would make me pretty sad. The dining table that can be crafted by Sims with the woodworking skill now provides a nicely decorated moodlet. Nice. Shadows cast by windows will now render properly on graphic settings lower than very high. The jog to clear mind interaction will now successfully complete the go for a jog whim. Nice. The include custom content filter in the gallery now has a proper tooltip explaining its functionality. Sims can now order medicine or voodoo dolls on the computer that exist on lots other than their home lot, and I've been wanting that for a while. I'm glad they finally did that. Plant Sims will no longer have their hairstyle change when their water need raises or drops. Wall cutaway view will continue to function properly when adding a Sim to your active household while visiting an NPC household's home lot. Twins that are born from this point forward will now share the same birthday. Nice, nice. Lowered the number of social media followers gained when a Sim with level 10 charisma skill uploads a viral video. Children who need help from another Sim to spray a monster under the bed could previously only select from adult-aged Sims. They can now select from Sims of other ages as well. Yay! Foundations on buildings were previously lit upside down. Now they're lit right side up. Fixed a hang that could occur when favoriting a piece of content in the gallery, and then favoriting that same piece of content a second time in the newsfeed. The Winter Holiday Venue wall speaker now has all 4 color variants available for players who do not also own The Sims 4 Get to Work. Stairs without drop walls will cast shadows once again. Submitting a book copy to the Literary Digest will no longer cause 2 versions of the interaction to be queued up, one of which caused the Sim to route fail. Fixed some clipping issues with the men's Caribbean suit. Updated the Caribbean t-shirt so that choker necklace remains visible while wearing it. Updated the Sim Idol rug to have a diamond pattern. Large diagonal double doors will no longer overlap each other while held on the mouse cursor in build mode. Improve the shadows cast by a variety of objects. The Simology panel will now retain whatever height it was manually resized to when switching between Sims. Shiny wooden floor tiles will now appear to be shiny both indoors and outdoors. Bringing another Sim to tears using a violin will now cause that Sim to actually become sad. Objects in the wall decorations category within build mode will now count towards the wall decor lot requirement for museum venues. Okay. Alrighty, now we jump into Get to Work. Retail counters that become dirty can now be cleaned once again. The Lice Cold Retail Freezer in the Cat Loves Food Incorporated professional grade warming rack will once again update their appearance when food is placed inside of them. The Grim Reaper will no longer become frozen in place if a Sim activates a neighborhood hive mind effect via the scientist's satellite while the reaping of a dead Sim is in progress. Makes you think, scientists had unwittingly invented a world without death, only for those of us at Maxis to meddle and take it away. Doctors would no longer be assigned a nurse's outfit as their work clothes when reaching level 7 of their career. As a detective, attempting to fingerprint a criminal that's inside a jail cell will no longer cause the detective to idle in place. Scolding a sim for inappropriate behavior while on an owned retail lot will no longer cause your own sim to become uninvited and unable to access the building's interior on their retail lot. Male sims wearing steel-toed boots paired with a skirt, it's called fashion, look it up, would previously have their legs disappear. Happily, we fixed this. They've also fixed an issue where changing the gender of an alien would cause the alien to appear naked. Wow, okay. Alrighty, we are on to Get Together. Baristas will now leave the cafe lot once their work shift is over. Updated some Windenburg neighborhood skyboxes so that clouds no longer visibly clip with the mountains. Great, thanks. That would kill my experience if I saw that in game. City living. Plants at festivals will grow harvestables that are ripe for picking once again. Haggling over prices with vendors at stalls will now result in the correct price being displayed that the household will actually be charged. This is also fixed in other packs that include vendor-manned stalls. Holiday decorations, requires The Sims 4 Seasons, that can't be removed will no longer appear on apartment balconies. Tricksy little gnomes will no longer spawn outside your apartment unit during the holiday gnomes tradition, requires The Sims 4 Seasons. Made improvements to simulation lag in certain San Myshuno neighborhoods. Thank you, Sims team. Oh, we needed this fix so bad I was getting sick of this lag. If a sim is at an event such as the opera, a concert, a musical, or the circus, having another sim travel will no longer cause the sim at the event to leave the event early. Sims will once again animate properly when busking for tips while playing the electronic keyboard. Cats and dogs. The needs of cats or dogs that live in another household will no longer start off low when your sim visits their household. Bathing a dog in the trapezoid tub, requires The Sims 4 Fitness Stuff, will now correctly fill the bathtub with water. Updated the women's hairstyle that's long with a straight middle part to no longer cause the clipping with Sims faces. Fixed a t-shirt that was causing Sims elbows to bend in a very odd manner. Seasons. Sims will no longer have difficulty decorating the ever-delightful evergreen holiday tree when it's placed adjacent to certain wall decorations. If a Sim is at work or school on the day of a holiday, they will no longer return home from work/school early if another Sim in the household travels somewhere during the holiday. Sims may now woohoo in leaf piles that build up outside of a lot. Mac users who play in laptop mode, your sweet treats nightmare has come to an end. Plants in certain neighborhoods will no longer be rendered in shades of pink and purple during the fall season. Oh my gosh, did they really just throw shade at the Sims 3 sweet treats? I'm deceased. Trees with leaves should be casting shadows once again, for players who were observing issues with certain hardware configurations. When raining, NPCs will now correctly put their umbrellas away when going indoors on venues. The Santa hat will no longer cast shadows on your Sim's eyeballs. What the f? Oh, that's so weird. Gnomes will no longer break unbreakable objects. Toddlers' foreheads will no longer cause clipping when wearing certain hats from The Sims 4 Seasons. Father Winter will no longer choose to move into a home in your own town. Each color of the Umbri umbrella rack now costs the same amount of simoleons to purchase. Sims will no longer spawn in the neighborhood and idle in place during the fall if there's no large leaf piles in the open streets area of the neighborhood. Lightning will no longer strike pool lights, which previously caused singe marks in pools that could not be removed. Outdoor retreat. When using Manage Worlds to edit a lot in a destination world, the build mode catalog will no longer show debug items without using a cheat. Sims will no longer have their position jump when exiting a tent, and Sims will no longer route fail when attempting to sit in a love seat that's been slotted to a campfire. Spa day. Changing into a towel at the gym or spa will no longer cause a sim to occasionally wear additional accessories. Sims will no longer become stuck when a yoga class starts on a gym lot. After a long, hard day of beekeeping requires The Sims 4 seasons, Sims will now fully remove their beekeeper suit when heading to the sauna or massage table. Dine out. Repairmen that are called to restaurants will now properly fix any broken objects on the lot. The Jazz radio station is now available on all stereos. The Sims 4 Vampires. Vampires will no longer attempt to break into venues, which was previously preventing players from traveling or saving their game during the break-in. What the? Vampires who started burning in the sunlight while traveling away from home will no longer continue to burn when returning home and retreating inside. Adjusting a vampire's dark form can no longer occasionally cause issues with The Sims' other outfits. Vampires will no longer automatically help themselves to a plate of food after cooking a family or party-sized meal. Parenthood. Table settings will no longer disappear when Sims sit down to eat. The low-hanging Mason multi-jar lighting will no longer cause Sims to route fail when placed in rooms using medium height walls. Jungle Adventure. Sims will no longer receive invites to the bar in Selva Dorada, which would previously leave them stranded in the jungle. Only one protective item will now be consumed at a time when it's used to save a Sim from various animal attacks while exploring the jungle of Selva Dorada. The Latin music radio station is now available to select on cheaper stereos. The Cantina venue in Selva Dorada will continue playing festive Latin music, even if your Sim chooses to not pay their household bills on time. Sims will no longer route fail when attempting to unpack their sack lunch while exploring the hidden areas of Selva Dorada. The Explorer shirt will no longer cause oddly colored patches of skin to appear on the back of Sims' necks. That is so weird, oh my god. Tooltips on the relic should now correctly appear after a Sim has learned about the relic's curse or blessing. The value of a relic that has a crystal inserted into it will now display properly in the relic's tooltip to include the value of the crystal. We tightened up the graphics on the Selva Dorada map icon, cool. Movie hangout stuff. The Projectatron indoor and outdoor movie screens can no longer be placed on top of coffee tables or TV stands, interesting. And last, but definitely not least, kids room stuff. Songs on the tween pop radio stations are now labeled with the correct artist and song title. Alrighty you guys, this was the biggest patch update video I have ever done in the history of my channel and in the history of news and info videos on this channel. Reading this literally took me forever and I'm very surprised I got through it, but wow, this was absolutely insane. Let me know down in the comment section below, is there anything that you heard me read today that you are extremely excited to explore? Any type of new features? Any bug fixes that have been fixed that you've been dying to have fixed for a very long time? For me, it's the simulation lag. I'm so happy that they're finally getting around to fixing that. But I'm just super excited for the additional basement levels, the new foundation updates, terrain tools, first-person camera, very excited for the style influencer career, and of course all the new clothing and objects that come with it. And even the positivity challenge sounds nice. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your suggestions, comments, questions, concerns, all that and more down in the comments section below. I love you guys to the moon and back. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, as always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up and add it to your favorites. Click the subscribe button to become a Pixelator today and ding the little bell next to the subscribe button to receive notifications for any future upload. Don't forget to follow me on social media. That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Google+, Twitch, and much more. I love you all to the moon and back, and I will see you in my next video. Happy simming, happy patch day, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!